Yo, really, this shit crazy.
Welcome back, y'all. This is the 508, Worcester's hottest new radio show on Unity Radio 97.9 FM. Worcester's Community Connection. And like I said, y'all, we do have a special guest in the building.
Hello, I'm Honey.
I like it. I need some more claps. I mean, everybody quiet in here. It's too quiet in here.
You gotta get a little lit.
I love it. So, welcome to the show. Yeah, and if you don't mind introducing yourself
one
to the
more
people.
time.
I'm Lil Honey, and I'm from Dorchester, Massachusetts. Very proud of that.
Mm-hmm.
Dorchester in the building.
Yup. Puerto Rican and Mexican. Proud
Okay.
of that too.
Okay.
Salute. Okay, cool.
Girl, cultural.
For sure.
Sure.
So, I mean, let's get right into it. I mean, you just said you got a show after this. Tell us a little bit about that.
I know what's going on.
Okay, so that show, it's gonna be in Dorchester on
Okay.
Blue Hill Ave. It's gonna be at Spark FM Radio, and it's really put together so that they can showcase the great artists in the area, and it's gonna be dope. It's just about really showing who you are. It's like vanity.
Okay.
That's what they say.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's gonna be lit.
That's dope. That's dope.
So then tell us about you. So you already told us where you're from. Like, tell us your background. Like, what started music?
I was a poet, and along my poetry journey, I did spoken word at cafes, the Hen House. I don't know if you guys are familiar.
Yeah,
and
I am.
just going to the Strand Theater and performing there and there. And then my man actually, he would tell me, he's like, "Yo, babe, you could rap." I'm like, I could rap? No, babe, I'm a poet.
2 different careers.
Yeah. But then along the way, he would show me the ropes, and we would turn my poetry into songs.
Oh, that's fine.
And I was like, oh, I can rap. My
It's
bad.
okay. We'll bleep.
Bleep.
See, I gotta talk slow. So he showed me the ropes on how to structure a song and make my poetry into music. And then from there on, it was just, I was soaring.
That's good. Now, when it comes to your poetry, do you have any like inspirations? Like
Tupac.
Ooh, okay. Now,
Absolutely.
what drives you to him?
His realness and the way he uses his words, it's just so beautiful. And it's like you would never guess if you didn't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's still poetry that I read from being 14 from his book, The Rose That Grew from the Concrete, that I still know by heart.
Ooh, okay.
I can say that.
I'm dead. Okay. Yeah, no,
It is kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie.
It's okay. No, it's okay. I know you can go ahead and take off your sweater. I would say so. Then okay. So when you do poetry or like when you put your music together, how do you articulate your words? Like, what do you like? What's your process?
I really be in my head a lot, and the same way I would write poetry is that I would never just sit and write it. It's writing along the way, and when things happen in my everyday life, I'll sit there and I'll write it down, and then when the time is right and I feel like something is happening, I'm like, all right, I'm getting in the groove. I go back to my notes on things that I would write in the past, and I would put it all together in a way that makes the song structure. And that's what I do.
I want to go back. I mean, even further than that. Let's go back to the poetry. Why did you start writing? Like, when did that really start?
So I was always writing. That was just my hobby. Like, you know, girls grow up and they write in their diary.
Yeah.
So it turned out being a diary.
My mom read mine.
In school, in literature, I would have like the best essays. And from there on out, they're like, yo, you need to join the poetry scene. So I'm like, okay, I'll try. And then, but the reason I started doing it really was because I was good at it.
Yeah.
I'm a very competitive person, and when I'm good at something, I want to be the best.
Yeah.
So I would do that, and I would try to be the best. And then I realized, I'm like, this is a way of speaking to people that I wasn't good at back then. I couldn't really sit here and have a conversation with people like I am doing with you guys. So yeah, that's what really stemmed me being an artist.
Okay.
So being an artist, what made you break your shell of like, because most people call that antisocial. So how did you break your shell?
I was put in situations where I had to step up and speak up. And those situations made me grow as a person. Where, you know, like, situations that you don't want to be in. And you have to speak up for yourself, because if you don't, you're going to be in a messed up situation and you're just going to stay there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what really pulled me out of my shell. And that's what made me who I am today.
That's fire.
That is fire. So fast forward a little bit now back to when you started making music and actually starting to rap. What were some of like the challenges like you had to face, like making the switch from poetry to rap? Like it's very similar, but of course there are differences.
I definitely had to humble myself because when I was a poet, any room I rocked into, I'm like, you guys can't do what I do. Being an artist, that is something I had to grow. I had to become, what is the word? Confident.
Yeah.
I had to become confident before being the artist I am now. And, you know, a lot of artists think they're the best. So when you walk into the room, everybody thinks they're the best, but why?
Right.
So I had to train myself. I'm like, why am I the best? Why do I want to be the best? How do I get there? I'm very competitive. I want to be the best. So that's what drove me to where I am now. But then I realized that the competition isn't who's in the room. It's the person I go home with, myself. So then that's what I'm going off of now.
Okay.
That's fine. You can only outdo yourself.
Exactly.
When you see other people as competition, the dream gets blurry. So I understand what you're saying. That's fine.
At what point did you say, like, I actually want to pursue this as a career?
Yep, that's tough. There was a couple points. I mean, like, when people would message me and be like, yo, like, this is amazing. Like, you made me cry. I listened to this on my way to work, and it's so beautiful. Like, people would just DM me and talk to me about how my music made them feel, and I was like, wow, okay, you felt that too. That's how I felt. And I want to keep making people feel like that because I love making people feel good. I love sharing a part of me with the world that will listen. Because for a long time, you know, especially growing up as a kid, nobody wants to hear what you want to say. Nobody's really listening to kids.
Right.
So now that I'm an adult, I'm going to make people listen.
Catch their attention. Right. Yeah. Okay. So as of right now, since you said you're getting ready for a show, how do you prep for your shows and stuff like that?
I spend all the time I can prepping for my shows. I get excited. I'm listening to my music every day, every chance I can get before the show, and just try to have as much energy as possible. Even if, like, I've had a bad day, I got to stay positive because those people out there that want to see me, they want to see me at my best.
You're right.
And I want to give them that good energy that they want to be there for.
So would you call yourself a perfectionist?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can hear it. She's like my best.
Absolutely.
How hard would you say that is? Like you said, if you're having a bad day, just in general, not even just with shows, even I'm sure you're working every day doing what you got to do. Like even when you're having a bad day, you might not be in the best mood. How do you keep going? Like how do you keep that positive energy?
I read this book called The Secret of Gratitude. And anytime something that may mess up your energy happens, say thank you. And then you're giving that into the universe. You're putting that good energy out instead of saying anything that is negative. You say thank you, and then the universe will just help you from there. You just try to stay positive.
That's dope.
That is dope because I mean,
Get that book.
when I get mad, I'm like, so
That book is amazing. Definitely
so
prefer
you know.
that.
But I like that though. So, do you have other traits that you like? When I say traits, like like people who are jack of all trades, do you have other talent that you do, or you're just like poetry and rap?
So I'm a model. I'm actually signed with Shia Modeling Agency out here in Worcester, and I'm also a tattoo artist. And I'm good at any sport I play.
My girl athletic.
I love that.
Word. What? No, I heard. So this happens. This is a thing we go through all the time, right? I'm always waiting for the cue for us to go out to the next song. So I'm never sure. So I'm always like, I hear them whispering, and I'm like, okay, but okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna go to the next song.
Okay. Actually, she can introduce it.
Oh, this is LIL Honey. Right now. It's on my new EP coming out in April. It's unreleased. Have fun.
Yay! Whoop!
Whoop.
Let's go.
Riot's beats, make it funky, funky.
They say the sun don't shine forever. I shine hotter than 100 sweaters tied together. Heifers peeking at me crazy from up under umbrellas. Went from Hanes YTs to looking down on Magellas. I mean, I'm spotting all these dogs. I stole them made from Corella. Sipping red wine in Dubai, Barilla to a gorilla. I've been working for the Skrilla, mind state of a killer. I'm on a villa with my well, I think it's stories to tell her. How about the
Welcome back, y'all. Yeah, no, this is Q. Host of the Woo 508, which is hottest new radio show with my girl Willette.
This is your girl Willette.
And our very special guest, Lil Honey, is still in the building rocking with us. But let me get y'all. That was her joint right there. Y'all go ahead and check that out. And but yeah, welcome back. We're back in the building. Worcester's Community Connection, all that mumbo.
97.9 FM.
Oh yeah, all that mumbo jumbo. But anyway, let's get right back into it. You were explaining to me, because now I'm just thinking about like the manifesting and all that stuff, and you were explaining to me the 369 method. I had never heard that before.
Oh, wait,
so I would like you to explain that just to the people, because that sounds so dope.
Yeah, so basically you write something down that you want to happen, or that, like a wish. You make your wish, you write it down 3 times in the morning. Later in the afternoon, you write it down another 3 times or 6 times. And then at the end of the night, you say it 9 times. And then you repeat that factor.
Yeah.
And you just manifest what you want.
Wait, hold on. So write it down 3 times.
Yep. Then write it down 6 times later in the day. And then say it 9 times later that day.
Okay.
Like towards the nighttime. So the morning, evening, night.
I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it.
You got to be consistent with it, though. That's how it works. You have to do it every day.
Now, is there real work you have to, because I know, like, say if you were like, not to say this is what you manifested, but you know, your rap career, isn't there, you still write your raps to put it with it, like you know what I mean, like you have to show that you want it or something like that. Is that how manifesting works? With
manifesting, a lot of people think like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna wish for $1 million.
Yeah,
a lot of people that are uneducated will think that way, but really manifesting is working towards what you want.
Oh, boom. Okay.
Yeah, so you have to see it, believe it, and work towards it, because if you're not working towards anything,
there you go. That's what I was going to say. You can say it 3 to 6 times and then 9 times again, but the work, that's what I was going to say. So you also,
you have to be consistent with everything.
I'm going to say, she doing magic.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
You know my mind goes places.
So just to roll off of that, how do you stay motivated just to keep working? Like, what really pushes you?
Honestly, like my competitiveness and knowing what I'm capable. People do never for a minute will like give me a break. Everyone's always telling me how beautiful I am, how I have the look, I have the sound. You're amazing, and like that really helps me, because I'm still working on being a confident artist.
Oh, okay.
So when people are telling me this, that's what my motivation is. My fans, my believers, and I'm using that to fuel my music career, because I can easily go and make a diss track of all the things that happened to me, but instead I'm writing songs like right now, which is what I'm talking about, how my life is right now and where I want it to be in the future. So I forgot what the question was.
It's all right. No,
it's all good.
Sometimes we do that. Like we ask a question and it goes into another question.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
It was just around like the motivation. So you did answer it though. Like what kind of drives you? You mentioned like the positive comments, the positive kind of reassurances that happen from your fans, supporters, friends. How do you deal with the negative side of things if you've seen a lot of that, if you've seen it at all? Because we know how the internet is, obviously.
Yeah, definitely. For the negative, all I can really say is that I don't see it.
You really can't. Yeah, no.
I don't see it, but
mindset.
Other people will tell me, oh, your name's getting thrown around here. I'm like, I didn't hear it. I don't see it. It didn't happen.
No, even if you do see it, bye.
Yeah, I can't see no negativity.
Because honestly, a lot of like people go down due to the negativity, the negative comments. They listen to all of that. Even if you do see it, bye. You're just another person behind a phone.
Exactly.
So.
And honestly, those people are helping you in a way too. Like I said, gratitude, saying thank you.
Yeah.
The people wishing bad, they're gonna get theirs. That's only pushing you
up. Yeah.
You know.
My mama always said, if you're doing something good, they always gonna hate. So you're doing something.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's just helping artists elevate in their career. They hate. Honestly, if they're hating, you got something to hate on. You should be proud of that.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
Be proud.
You mentioned Pac earlier as like one of your favorites and obviously like one of your influences. Is there anybody like right now in terms of your sound, anything like that, that is like heavily influencing you, or are there any other people?
Not influencing me on music, but more the way I think and how I act regarding certain situations. I would say Russ and Snow the Product. They're both really like down to earth people, and they don't care what other people say.
Right.
And they really like teach you the game. Like Russ, he be giving people the game for free.
He does.
He do.
And Snow the Product, you know, she's Mexican. She's lit right now. She's independent, and there's a lot of haters on Snow the Product. There's a lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
nah, the way she handles it, like, I'm like, all right, you that's working for you. That could work for me.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah.
I don't see them. Cool.
Word.
So with the music industry right now, I know from the outside looking in, there's a lot of chaos going on. How would you find yourself maneuvering such a dog-eat-dog industry?
That's a good question.
Because the thing is, because I'll look at you and tell you, I'm an artist too. But it's like when I look at that forefront, it's like you got to be ready for that forefront. Like fame is not regular. Money, that type of money they throw in your hand, you got to be able to pay them people back. Like it's not regular.
That's if you sign.
Well, true. You're gonna stay like I'm just saying in general. Like
I
people
would love
who do
to
sign.
stay independent. Like that's my dream.
Honestly, you should.
But I also know the game
You
well
should.
enough to know that you can sign and then go independent,
Yeah.
and you're starting off with a better platform.
There you go.
And that's what I would use it for, a platform, a stepping stool. The industry isn't something I would stay in for, like, years to come. Like,
Because they say a lot.
especially with so many people doing it
ahead.
themselves nowadays.
That is true
Yeah.
with the internet and
Yeah.
everything. It is true. It's honestly as if like the industry just doesn't even exist anymore. Like everybody, like TikTok,
That
you know. So
part.
I hear what you're saying.
And honestly, too, I was thinking this the other day. There are so many, like, platinum, gold, diamond songs that have never won a Grammy. And why? It's every time I see someone that should have a Grammy, it's because they're not signed.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's
Definitely.
the reason.
Or blackballed. You don't know what's going on behind. That's why I was really asking you. How do you
Yeah.
plan on being? How do you maneuver? How would you like? I don't even know how to say it. Like for me, I'm reserved. Like I'm gonna use me as an example. Like I'm reserved. You can't just walk up to me and talk to me on a day-to-day basis. Like I look mean, right? So like that's what I'm trying to say. Like I feel like you build that wall to protect yourself. Like how would you protect yourself through all of that? Because like people get some shitty bleep. People get some ugly contracts, and like people go through a lot behind there. Like they sign or they don't sign, and their music's not pushed.
It's a lot of vultures.
So how would you protect yourself in that environment?
That's a valid question. And honestly, how spiritual I am, I do believe that if I want it enough, I'm going to have it.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, I feel like I'm protected. Like, the way my mind works and
Amen.
my character and the way I move, like, I am protected. And if something like that were to happen, it wouldn't be for long. It would be for the moment, and that's it.
That's good. That's good.
How did you become like so spiritual? Like, is it?
My father. Yeah, no, he is definitely a very spiritual person. And honestly, I even always grew up wondering, what if? What if? So with my father being Mexican, he came back from Mexico one time, and he came back spiritual. And he's teaching us all this stuff. And I'm like, wow, this is cool. And then from there on, I've just did my own research. I always ask him questions. Like, we do card readings. And I'm just really in touch with my life and the universe. And
with yourself.
trying to stay tapped in, yeah. Because I feel like not enough people are really tapped into themselves. And that's the problem.
It is true.
Like, a lot of people, they want fans, but they're not even a fan of themselves. Like, do you listen to your music in the car nonstop? Why you want the radio to play it? So,
Period, Pooh.
Bars. So, what would you say? Because you mentioned there before us, like about just the years and then the future and what you'd be doing. What's your ultimate goal with music?
see, that's the thing. Like, I don't want to be wealthy. I don't want to be rich. I want to be comfortable. I want to go to Stop and
That's a
Shop
good
if I
one.
want to go to Stop and Shop.
Yeah.
Like, moguls are cool. That's just not what I want. Like, I just want to be comfortable. I can pay my bills. I can get whatever I want without checking the bank first.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't have to wonder, can I get this right now? Like,
Yeah.
that's how lit I want to be.
That's good. Sustain a wealthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if I'm bigger than that, then I'll deal with it. But.
Right. Right. I like that. No, that's fire. Okay.
Thank you for rocking with us, everybody out there. Lil Honey, thank you for rocking with us.
She was an excellent guest. Loved you.
Absolutely. And so what we want to do now is just let the people know where they can find you, where they can hear your music, what you got coming, just everything.
Well, you can hear my music on all platforms. If you look up Little Honey, you can find me on all platforms if you look up official Little Honey. And I have an event tonight at 1195 Blue Hill Ave at Spark FM Radio. It started at 5, so come through, and we're going to have a good time tonight.
That's what's up.
That's great. That's great. And honestly, I'm just going to say me. You can find me on IG. Anyways.
What? And did you have some new music coming, or what's music looking like for?
Yeah, so I have an EP dropping in April. I don't have a date yet.
Okay.
But we're hoping for the 23rd.
Okay. Word. And do you have a name for that?
I was gonna
right
say.
now?
Yeah, it's called Let Them.
Let Them.
Oh, now what inspired that before you get?
You gotta let them.
Oh,
It makes
okay.
sense. I was going to
let
say it
'em.
makes sense. Okay, well, Lil Honey, we appreciate you rocking with us. You are now officially a friend of the Woo 508. You can come down whenever you want and everything. We appreciate you, and y'all, we out of here.
Whoop.